Hey everybody, VK here. Today I wanted to say a word on, how shall I put it? Republican cowards. That's probably the best way to put it. The reason why I say that is because it seems like at every move, the Republicans, who are one of the parties of this great United States, somehow don't have the steel to stand for what they believe. Now there is a question. The question is whether or not they actually have something they believe in. Of course, we just had an election here. They all have something they campaign on, something they say they believe, but are they actually going to do anything about it? Talk is cheap. If a business were $18 trillion in debt, you would think that a business would get down to business and try to make things right. The United States, on the other hand, doesn't seem to be doing that, specifically the Republicans. Currently, the ones in office seem in some ways, whether they're going to continue with this whole series of continuing resolutions, or if they're actually going to pass a budget, but in passing the budget, they're going to give the Democrats very much what they want. Harry Reid is threatening that he's not going to have a quote-unquote lame duck session, and so he's going to get what he wants. The fact is if you campaigned on something, if you believe in something, then you need to do something about it. I don't know what that means, but I think one thing, if you were in a crisis, let's say your business was going to go in the tank and you were going to lose everything and things were in rough shape, don't you think that maybe you might take a whole day, not be able to go home to the wife and kids, actually spend it at work to try to save the company? Why aren't you doing this with the nation? Why aren't you standing for what you believe in? Why are you afraid that every time you say something you have to apologize for it? If you said it in the beginning and you believed it and you meant it, I understand there's a need for apology. I understand we misspeak. I get all that. But if it's something that you actually believed, then why are you apologizing? Why don't you just step out and say it? And then on top of saying it, do it. Why can't you be inspiring? You're not inspiring. I'm not inspired. I haven't been inspired by a Republican in I don't know how long. Since I was a kid, maybe Ronald Reagan. That's it. The fact is you don't inspire. You don't lead. Why would anybody want to follow you? What's the point? What is it that you offer? When was the last time you sat down and gave us your grand ideas, those things which you believe are best? Really, this election wasn't about your ideas being better. This election was about people were tired of the current politicians. So welcome to being another group of soon-to-be current politicians. And then you'll be kicked out because they think you stink just as much. What I'm saying is you have 2 years, you need to make a mark. If you're going to make a mark, then you got to do what you say. If you don't do what you say, then you're a failure. And if you're a failure, why did you spend all that money and all that time and all that stress so that you can end up being a failure? That is my challenge. That's what I'm saying to you guys. It's very frustrating. Don't talk to me about victory. Don't talk to me about leading. Don't talk to me about overcoming things that you think are wrong or need to be changed if you won't have the courage to step up and do it. Sorry, guys, that's what you get for taking the position. There's no passing the buck. You want to, and you do all the time, but in the end, nothing gets done. And you contribute to the continued failure that you keep pointing your finger at. You become part of the problem. So don't become part of the problem. Step out from the establishment. Be free. Be free to say what you believe, to say what your constituents believe, and change the country in the way that you think is right. Don't be such a coward. VK, peace, love, a little bit of pushback, 3 minutes at a time. We'll talk to you guys later.